Hey everybody, how's it going? You know it's hot outside, it's 30 something, and I'm in my secondary garage here. I just divided a little space just to work on my off-road tractor because it's too hot to actually do anything outside without getting heat or sunstroke. So I'm kind of at a standstill with my off-road tractor or mud mower, and I've placed the ideas where they're going to be and see how it's going to look. And at the moment it's kind of lack of tools and equipment right now, but today's project is going to be on what I carry in my toolbox for the off-road tractor in the back of my storage compartment that I previously built in a other video. So you guys know Scorpion, right? So here he is, right? So I do have some fender ideas with the lawn edging. Another off-roader has done that, and I thought that was a good idea, and I'm going to see how I can get it together without bending or cutting away at the steel, because I want to keep it as solid as possible. And the same off-roader came up with another idea. Excuse my artistry here. It's a bike brake over the shifter there. So the brakes would be separate. Of course, it'd be under here somewhere. The brake's right there. Right, so I thought that was a good idea, so I'm actually going to do that too. And the shifter would be separate. So, and I changed the wheels from the last video. I thought that these would actually work better because they fit better. Right, in this area here, I still got to cut them down, right? So shave them, you know, probably down to here or something like that, and he looks a little better. And I have a muffler idea too, but the only problem is I just don't have a steel steel bender, right? So this is actually probably not steel, it's probably aluminum. This is actually from a vacuum, and this piece here actually fits over the, which I'll show you in a second here. I'll just put you back on the tripod. Right, so okay, I'll bring you guys a little closer here and you'll actually see what I'm talking about. So you see the muffler right down here. This end here fits right over this here. See, nice and tight. So all I need to do is just put a clamp there, and if this was bent in a certain way, I'd be able to put it right under the footrest and have a dual exhaust out the back. That's what I'm thinking. You know, one on one side of the tractor and one on the other side. My daughter came up with that idea, so I'm going to run with it just to be different, because this off-roader that I'm talking about, he has the exact same tractor as me. A lot of the things I really don't want to copy him, but I like a lot of the ideas. And the bumper is going to be a lot different. I'm actually going to have lights on the bumper there, and I'm going to have a basket at the back, like a steel cage, so I can carry extra can of gas and whatever else. So you guys are getting the idea of what the plans are for Scorpion here. Now, what I wanted to show you is what I carry in my off-road mud mower for tools. So I didn't manage to get the bear mace in, of course, so I'm gonna have to strap that inside of my basket. Of course, I'm gonna have to have this in a little plastic container and then have a little strap, of course, right? So I couldn't actually get that in there. So here's the tools that I carry in my off-road mud mower, just out of the compartment that I built in the previous video. Of course, this is the tow rope. One shackle I have it, but the other one's on the bottom here. Right, so tow rope, of course, that's an absolute must. And everyone needs to do their business, right? So taking a poop out in the woods, you need some bum wipe, of course. And this is another thing I like to carry. I know it's not, how do you say this? legal to put on a tractor, but for temporary, if your gas line or whatever you have for a gas line, if it ever breaks, well, you can use this temporarily. It'll get you home. Of course, I have some clamps in there, as you can see. So I thought that was a really good idea. I have another one that's longer than this, and I use it for siphoning gas, and it doesn't seem to have any problem there. Of course, you have your combination wrench here, right? That's always essential. Vice grips, of course, major essential, in case you need to clamp something and, you know, while you're jerry rigging something. And of course, the pull cord, pull start. You know, that's always handy to have. Absolute must if you have a pull start customized onto your lawn tractor or off-road tractor like I do. I have one on the front, which you guys already know. And I carry some WD-40. That's always handy to have. I have the straw here too, which I gotta tape on the side, of course. That's always handy. Everything is placed in there strategically. That's the way I like to do things. And of course, another combination wrench, a short one. And of course, wire snips. These are always handy to have in case, you know, you need to rewire your vehicle. And or just clip off your ties, which I have a bunch of those. Those are really handy too if you need to hold down something. Don't put it anywhere where there's a heat source, because it'll melt the piss right out of them. So you don't want to have that there. Of course, electrical tape is always handy, you know, for your wiring and that. You want to, you know, have that as an essential. Flashlight, in case you ever break down and it's at night, and it's always nice to have something that works, you know what I mean? So, small but effective. Okay, and an X-Acto knife. This is always nice and handy to have too, just in case you need to cut your ties or cut wire or whatever it is, you know? It always comes in handy for something. And of course I carry, you know, bits and whatever else in a screwdriver compartment like this. You know, I got a bunch of them here that I would need. So I'm not in short supply when it comes to, you know, when I need. Say if you have whatever you call it, those grills that where the pull start is on mine, you'll be able to take off your little, you know, flywheel cage, whatever you want to call it. So that's handy to have. It's an essential. And if you really want to get technical, I threw these in just for the fun of it, wire strippers, instead of using your teeth and everything else and having to spend money at the dentist. Not really worth it. And of course, some wire to hold up, you know, muffler or fix something, right? It's always a handy. This here, it's not bum wipe, it's to, you know, you get grease all over your hands, and it's always nice and handy to, you know, clean up your hands. They're cloths, specially made for, you know, greasy situations. So I'll put that back in the bag. There we go. So I only carry the essentials. That's me. If I'm missing anything in here, you know, let me know at the end. And this here, of course, very handy to have. You know, of all different sizes. These little wrenches, very, very handy. You gotta have these. Because of the nuts and bolts and whatever else. You don't want to be carrying a drill and, you know, impact drivers and everything, you know, you just don't have the space for that. Right? So you got to keep things simple. So I'll put this back in here. The WD-40 you already know. This here is my deep sockets, right? Set and a ratchet. Very, very handy for changing tires and such, right? And whatever else that needs, you know, a little more powerful tool to use. And this here is what I really like, just in case you lose one of these clips. You know, I have 4 of them in here, just for your tires or wherever else. And you know, or if you're with a buddy and he lost his clip, or because they do break, so you'll be able to help out your friend on the trail. So it's always nice. So I'll put that back in here, and that's what I carry in my off-road tractor. So, like I said, if I'm missing anything, guys, please drop me a line and let me know, you know, what you guys carry in yours. I'd like to know. So, hopefully that you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, everybody. And I'm gonna put all this contents back in here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.